afternoon. This is Muriel Kramer, the chair of the Hopkinton Select Board, with an episode of actions taken from our meeting on February 6th, 2024. The meeting began with a long period of public discussion, primarily public input regarding the circumstances surrounding the police disciplinary hearing and the circumstances surrounding the information being inadvertently shared inappropriately when the documents were made public. We did not have anybody for the budget listening session. Our consent agenda, we accepted donations for the library, $5,000 from the Hopkinton Public Library Foundation for the coffee house programs, $1,000 from the Hopkinton Public Library Foundation for children's artist studio programs, and $375 from the Women's Club to support the Eleanor Roosevelt program. We approved a marathon fund request of $1,000 by the parents of the Hopkinton High School seniors to fund the hiring of a photographer for the senior celebration dinner that will be held May 21st at Gillette Stadium. We confirmed the town manager's appointment of Cindy Johnston as the town's senior accounting manager. We appointed Michelle Murdoch to the HCAM Board of Directors, and we appointed Carissa Durfee, Katie Pierce, Siwi Chen, and Ken Chen Tare to the Cultural Council. We also discussed the recommendation from the school committee to approve the expenditure of the funds in the school special education reserve fund. Residents will remember that we created a reserve fund to cover extraordinary expenses due to special education needs, students that have extraordinary needs that need to be addressed either out of district or with higher than typical expenditures in district. We did approve expending the entire amount, and we will be asking the town to replenish it in the coming year at annual town meeting on May 6th. That amount is known that we will likely need for the next couple of years. But in the future, hopefully the Special Education Reserve Fund will serve as a resource when we have unexpected, larger than normal expenditures due to special education needs. We considered and approved the change of manager for the Hopkinton Country Club, 204 Saddle Hill Road. We entertained and approved the promotions of Detective Greg DeBoer to the rank of sergeant at the police department and school resource officer Matthew Santoro to the rank of sergeant at the recommendation of police chief Joseph Bennett. We discussed mid-year evaluations for the direct reports to the select board. The direct reports to the select board are the town manager, the police chief, and the fire chief. We will likely only be doing a mid-year evaluation for the police chief because the fire chief was just appointed, and the town manager, of course, is leaving, and we are planning for his transition and his retirement from service to Hopkinton. We entertained the budget proposals from the fire department, the police department, the communications department, the Department of Public Works, and the engineering and facilities department. As a reminder to the residents, we do have a balanced budget to propose and sending forward to the appropriation committee for their final work. So that's very good news. And a special shout out to the fire department, who this year was able to propose an increase from the previous year that was very minimal, under 1%. So lots of hard work went into that. So congratulations to new Chief Doherty. We discussed articles for the annual town meeting, and they are finalized now as of February 6th. And residents can look at, see all of those in the voting packet. We approved the draft of the 2023 annual report to be finalized and published. We discussed at length the town manager transition plan. We also had HR, Kristen Merrill in from HR to explain the process that we might use. And we will be discussing that transition strategy more formally at the meeting on the 20th, February 20th, next week. And we expect to be posting that. We expect that Assistant Town Manager Elaine Lazarus will be stepping in as an interim town manager. Will be very well served by Mrs. Lazarus. She's been in Hopkinton for many years and is very fluent with all of the priorities and work streams that are currently ongoing. And then we will also post, we will conduct a search for the new town manager that will initiate as soon as we can. We expect to have an update again at the February 20th meeting next week on Tuesday from HR, exactly how that process might play out. The select board discussed different options for developing the town's strategic plan, which will take a look out at least 5 years, maybe a little bit into the future, but really planning for the next 5 years strategically. And we discussed different options. We decided at the 6th meeting that we would hire a professional consultant. We do have the funds to do a strategic plan, and we expect to have the procurement process underway and by May town meeting. So we will know exactly the approach that we hope to take, and we will begin the public forums and feedback sessions hopefully soon after, targeting May town meeting in 2025 to have the strategic plan completed and reported out. The town manager gave us an update on the Main Street Corridor project. Many residents are concerned about the crossing signals that are not operational. We are looking into ways to address that in the interim because it is, it is a concern for us all that we make sure that our crossings, particularly the ones that had indicators signaling previously, we would like to have some sort of signaling back so that residents know that they can cross, particularly Main Street, with a little greater safety. We got an update on the PFAS treatment project that the treatment installation facility is complete, and we hope to have the facility fully online around May 2024, so that we will be capably addressing our PFAS, the PFAS in our water. And this is known as sort of the interim solution. We are also continuing our work, our work with Southborough to develop an interconnection through Southborough to the MWRA, and that those discussions are ongoing, and we hope to have that intermunicipal agreement ready to be signed soon. We did vote to sign the Ashland intermunicipal agreement. We also authorized the town manager to execute the agreement between the state, the lender, and the town to preserve affordability at that property. It has been in foreclosure, and we are fortunate that we're going to be able to keep that property available to a family that meets the affordability criteria. And that's the actions taken for February 6th.